Prophet Jacob Israel, ancestor of the 12 tribes, twin birth, the child holding the heel. In the land of Canaan, near Hebron, there was excitement in the house of Prophet Isaac and Rebekah. Rebekah was pregnant. But it was a strange pregnancy. It was as if two children were fighting in her womb. She asked God, "What is happening?" The revelation came, "In your womb are two nations. Two peoples will be separated from one another. One will be stronger than the other. The greater will serve the lesser." Genesis 25:23. And the day of birth came, the first baby came out, reddish, hairy. They named him Esau Edom. Immediately afterward, the second baby came out. But strangely, he was born holding Esau's heel. So they named him Jacob. Jacob, in Hebrew, means Yaakov, to hold the heel, to follow. In the Quran, we granted him Isaac, and after Isaac, Jacob. And we made them all righteous servants. Al-Anbiya 21:72. Prophet Jacob was the grandson of Prophet Abraham. He was born as a twin. And his life would be shaped by his struggle with his brother. Two brothers, two characters. Esau, red-skinned, hairy, wild. He became a hunter. He roamed the mountains and plains. His father loved him because he brought game meat. Jacob, smooth-skinned, calm, domestic. He lived in tents. He was a shepherd. His mother loved him because he was intelligent, gentle, and pious. In the Torah, the children grew up. Esau became a skilled hunter, a man of the countryside. Jacob became a gentle man and lived in tents. Isaac loved Esau because he ate the game meat he brought. Rebekah loved Jacob. Genesis 25:27-28. This discrimination would later lead to major events. Parents showing favoritism among their children caused jealousy and enmity. Lentil soup, the sale of the firstborn right. One day, Prophet Jacob was cooking lentil soup. Esau came from hunting. He was very hungry. "Give me some of that red," he said. That's why it's also called Edom, red. Prophet Jacob, "First sell me your firstborn right." Esau, "I am starving. What good is the firstborn right to me? Take it." Prophet Jacob, "First swear an oath." Esau swore an oath. He sold his firstborn right. Prophet Jacob gave him bread and lentil soup. In the Torah, thus Esau despised his firstborn right. Genesis 25:34. This event is not mentioned in the Quran. It is only in the Torah. Islamic scholars debate. Some say, this was God's plan. Because it was said in the revelation that the great will serve the small. Others say, Esau's was worldly. He did not think about the hereafter. Prophet Jacob, on the other hand, valued spiritual values. Father's blessing, deception or divine favor. Years passed. Prophet Isaac grew old. His eyesight failed. One day, he called Esau, "My son, I am old. I do not know when I will die. Go, bring me game. I will eat it and bless you." Esau went hunting. But Rebekah heard this. She immediately said to Jacob, "Hurry, bring 2 young goats, I will make a meal for your father. You take them, and he will bless you." Prophet Jacob, "But mother, my father knows me. Esau is hairy, I am smooth. If he touches my hand, he will find me a liar and curse me." Rebekah, "My son, the curse be upon me, not upon you. Just do as I say." Genesis 27:13. And Rebekah made a plan, she covered Prophet Jacob's hands and neck with goat skin, so that it would be hairy. He dressed him in Esau's clothes, so that his scent would resemble Esau's. He prepared a delicious meal. Prophet Jacob went to his father. Father. Prophet Isaac, who are you? Prophet Jacob, I am your son Esau. I have done as you said. Get up and eat of the game, and bless me. Genesis 27:19. Prophet Isaac became suspicious. How did you find the meat so quickly? The Lord brought it out before me. Come closer, let me examine you. Are you really Esau? Prophet Jacob approached. Prophet Isaac took his hand. It was hairy. He smelled it, it smelled like Esau. But his voice, it was Jacob's voice. The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are Esau's hands. Nevertheless, he blessed him, may God give you dew from heaven and fertile ground from the earth. May he give you abundant grain and new wine. May the nations serve you. May you be sovereign over your brothers. May those who curse you be cursed, and those who bless you be blessed. Genesis 27:28-29. Immediately afterward, Esau came. He brought the real game. Father, get up and eat your son's game. Prophet Isaac, who are you? I am your son Esau. Prophet Isaac began to tremble, then who came before me and brought me food, I ate it all and blessed him. The blessing will remain on him. Genesis 27:33. Esau cried out, bless me too, Father. But Prophet Isaac said, your brother came by deceit and took your blessing. Esau, is not his name Jacob the deceiver? In vain he has deceived me twice. First he took my birthright, and now he has taken my blessing. And he wept. Then he harbored resentment, after my father dies, I will kill Jacob. Genesis 27:41. This event is not mentioned in the Quran. It is only in the Torah. Islamic scholars have different opinions on this matter. First opinion, prophets do not deceive. This is a distorted rumor. Second opinion, this was God's decree. The revelation stated that the elder will serve the younger. Prophet Isaac understood and accepted it later. Prophet Jacob fulfilled God's plan. Third opinion, Esau married pagan women and sold his right for lentil soup. He did not deserve the blessing. Prophet Jacob was more worthy. Escape, migration to Haran. Rebekah heard Esau's threat. She said to Jacob, flee. Go to Haran, to my brother Laban. Stay there until Esau's anger passes. Then she said to the prophet Isaac, Isaac, do not let Jacob marry any Hittite women. Send him to Haran, let him take a wife from our own relatives. The prophet Isaac called Jacob, do not marry any of the Canaanite women. Get up and go to Haran, to your uncle Laban. Take a wife from there. May the Almighty God bless you and increase your descendants. Genesis 28:1-3. And the prophet Jacob set out. He was alone. He had only a staff. Hundreds of kilometers of road. In the desert, in the mountains, he was afraid. Will Esau follow me? Will something happen on the way? But he continued to walk. Bethel, the angel's ladder dream. On the first night, he camped near Bethel. He made a stone his pillow and slept. And he dreamed, a ladder resting on the ground, its top reaching to heaven. Angels were ascending and descending on the ladder. The Lord stood on the ladder, I am the Lord, the God of your father Abraham and Isaac. I will give you and your descendants the ground on which you lie. Your descendants will be as numerous as the dust of the earth. I will protect you and your descendants. I will bring you back here. I will not leave you until I have fulfilled my promise. Genesis 28:13-15. The prophet Jacob awoke. He was afraid. The Lord was truly here, and I did not know. This is the house of God, the gate of heaven. Genesis 28:16-17. He set up the stone he had made his pillow. He poured olive oil on it. He called it Bethel, the house of God. He made a vow, if God is with me, if he protects me on this journey, if he provides me with food and clothing, and if I return safely to my father's house, then the Lord shall be my God, and this stone shall be the house of God. I will give you a tenth of whatever you give me. Genesis 28:20-22. This dream comforted prophet Jacob. God is with me, he said. There is nothing to fear. This dream is not mentioned in the Quran. However, it emphasizes prophet Jacob's trust in God. In Haran, first encounter with Rachel. Prophet Jacob arrived in Haran. He stood by a well. Shepherds were watering their flocks. Where is this place, he asked. Haran. Do you know Laban? We know him. Here comes his daughter Rachel. At that moment, a beautiful girl approached. She had a staff in her hand and a flock beside her. It was Rachel. When prophet Jacob saw her, his heart pounded. She was so beautiful. He lifted the stone at the mouth of the well. It was very heavy, normally 3 people would lift it. And watered Rachel's flock. Then he kissed Rachel a familial kiss, and wept. I am the son of Rebekah, your cousin, he said. Rachel ran and told her father. Laban came and embraced prophet Jacob. You are truly of my bone and my flesh. Genesis 29:14. He took her to his house. 7 years of labor, for Rachel. Prophet Jacob stayed with Laban. He worked as a shepherd. After a month, Laban said, being related is no reason for you to work without pay. What shall your wage be? Prophet Jacob said, I will serve you for 7 years for your youngest daughter Rachel. Genesis 29:18. Laban agreed, and prophet Jacob worked for Rachel for 7 years. In the Torah, Jacob worked for Rachel for 7 years. Because he loved her, those years seemed to him like a few days. Genesis 29:20. What a great love! The 7 years ended. Prophet Jacob said to Laban, the time has come. Give me my wife, and I will marry her. Laban held a wedding. But at night, he played a trick. Instead of Rachel, he sent his eldest daughter Leah. Morning came, and prophet Jacob saw Leah. He was shocked. He ran to Laban. What have you done to me? Didn't I work for Rachel? Why did you deceive me? Genesis 29:25. Laban said, in our tradition, the younger does not marry before the older. Complete this week, and I will give you Rachel. But you will work for her for 7 more years. Genesis 29:26-27. What could prophet Jacob do? He had to accept. A week later, he married Rachel. But he owed her 7 more years of work. So, in total, he worked for Laban for 14 years. This detail is not mentioned in the Quran. But there is a similar event in the story of Prophet Moses. From there we understand, her father said, I want to marry one of my daughters to you. My condition is this, you will work for me for 8 years. If you complete that, it is up to you. Al-Qasas 28:27. In other words, working for marriage was a tradition at that time. The 12 sons, the birth of the tribes of Israel. Prophet Jacob had 4 wives, Leah married not willingly, but through deception. Rachel his true love. Bilhah Rachel's maidservant. Zilpah Leah's maidservant. And from them were born 12 sons, from Leah, Reuben, Shimon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun. From Rachel, 7 Joseph his most beloved. 8 Benjamin Rachel died in childbirth. From Bilhah, 9 Dan 10. Naphtali. From Zilpah, 11. Gad 12. Asher. These 12 sons are the ancestors of the 12 tribes of Israel. In the Quran, we gave Jacob 12 leaders. Made 5:12, it appears in the verse with a difference in translation. In Islamic sources, Prophet Jacob also had a daughter, Dinah. The birth of Prophet Joseph, the most beloved son. Rachel could not have children for many years. She was very sad. Finally, God gave her a son, Joseph. Prophet Jacob loved Joseph very much. Because, he was born to his most beloved wife. He was a child who came very late and was longed for. He was very beautiful, intelligent, and well-mannered. His other brothers were jealous. In the Torah, Israel Jacob loved Joseph more than his other sons. Because Joseph was born in his old age. He had a special robe made for him. When his brothers saw that their father loved him more than them, they hated him. Genesis 37:3-4. This excessive love would later lead to a great tragedy, Joseph being thrown into the well, but that will be in the next narrative. We will tell the story of Prophet Joseph himself. Departure from Laban, the wisdom of becoming rich. Prophet Jacob worked for Laban for 14 years. Then he said, "Send me back to my homeland." Laban said, "If you stay, what do you want as payment?" Prophet Jacob said, "The spotted sheep and goats in the flock will be mine, and the solid ones will be yours." Genesis 30:32. Laban agreed. Because he thought, the spotted animals are few, I will profit. But Prophet Jacob used a wise method, he peeled the sticks and made them spotted. He placed them in front of the animals when they mated. And the miracle, the offspring born were spotted. It is said that Prophet Jacob prayed, "God, help me." God inspired him. Thus, Prophet Jacob's flock increased. He became rich. Laban and his sons were jealous. They said, "Jacob has become richer than our father's property." Prophet Jacob understood, "I must go now." God revealed to him, "Return to the land of your fathers and to your relatives. I will be with you." Genesis 31:3. And he secretly made preparations. The secret escape. One day, Laban had gone to shear the sheep. Prophet Jacob saw the opportunity. He gathered his wives, children, and flocks. He secretly set out. He was returning to Canaan, to his father's house. 3 days later, Laban received the news. He was very angry. He took his men and went after Prophet Jacob. He pursued him for 7 days. Finally, they caught up with him in the mountains of Gilead. But at night, God appeared to Laban in a dream, "Beware of forcing Jacob to say anything good or bad to you." Genesis 31:24. The next morning, Laban caught up with Prophet Jacob. "Why did you flee? If you had told me, I would have sent you off with joy." Prophet Jacob, "I was afraid he would take your daughters from me." They argued. Finally, they made peace. They set up a stone and made it a witness, "Let this stone be a witness between us. I will not deceive you, nor will you deceive me." Genesis 31:44-52. Laban kissed his grandchildren. He turned back. Prophet Jacob continued on his way. Fear of encountering Esau. Prophet Jacob was approaching Canaan. But he had a fear in his mind, Esau. 20 years ago, Esau wanted to kill him. Was he still angry? He sent a messenger ahead, "Tell my lord Esau, your servant Jacob says that I stayed with Laban. I have cattle, donkeys, and sheep. I am sending a message to find favor in the eyes of my lord." The messengers returned, "Esau is coming toward you with 400 men. Prophet Jacob was very afraid. Esau is coming to kill me. He immediately made a plan. He divided the family into two groups. If one is attacked, the other should flee. He sent gifts to Esau, goats, sheep, camels, cows, donkeys. Hundreds of animals. He prayed to God, "Lord, God of my father Abraham and my father Isaac. Save me from my brother Esau. I am afraid of him. He will come and kill me, the children, and the mothers." Genesis 32:9-11. Peniel, wrestling with the angel. That night, Prophet Jacob was alone. He had taken his family and possessions to the other side of the Jabbok River. Suddenly, a man and angel appeared. He began to wrestle with him. They wrestled all night. At dawn, the angel said, "Let me go, the day is rising." Prophet Jacob, "I will not leave you unless you bless me." Genesis 32:26. Angel, "What is your name?" Jacob. Angel, "Your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel, because you have wrestled with God and with men and won." Genesis 32:28. Israel, in Hebrew, Yirael means one who wrestles with God or God prevails. The angel touched Prophet Jacob's hip. He left. Prophet Jacob walked with a limp. He named the place Peniel, face of God. He said, "I have seen God face to face, but my life has been spared." Genesis 32:30. This event is very symbolic. Islamic scholars say, this is not a physical wrestling match, but a spiritual struggle. Prophet Jacob prayed and pleaded with God. The angel tested his sincerity. Reconciliation with Esau. Morning came. Prophet Jacob saw Esau approaching. In fear, he bowed down 7 times. But Esau ran, embraced him, kissed him, and wept. "Brother, I have missed you." Genesis 33:4. Prophet Jacob was astonished. "Esau has forgiven you." Esau, who are those with you? Children whom God has favored upon his servant. And what are those flocks I see on the road? To find favor in your sight. Esau, brother, I have much wealth. Yours is yours. But Prophet Jacob insisted. He made him accept the gifts. Then they parted. Esau went to Seir. Prophet Jacob settled in Shechem. In the Torah, the two brothers reconciled. The enmity ended. This detail is not mentioned in the Quran. But the righteousness of Prophet Jacob is emphasized. The tragedy of Shechem, the rape of Dinah. Prophet Jacob settled in Shechem. His daughter Dinah went to see the girls of the city. Shechem, the son of the city's chief, saw her. He raped her. Then he fell in love. He said to his father, "Take this girl as my wife." His father Hamor came to Prophet Jacob, "My son loves Dinah very much. Give her to him. Let us establish kinship between us." Prophet Jacob's sons were very angry. "Our sister was raped." But they accepted with deceit, "Okay. But our condition, you will all be circumcised." The city's people accepted. They were all circumcised. On the third day, when the wounds were most painful, Prophet Jacob's two sons, Simeon and Levi, attacked the city. They killed all the men. They rescued Dinah. The other brothers came and plundered the city. Prophet Jacob was very angry. "What have you done to me? You have disgraced my name. The Canaanites and Perizzites will attack us. Simeon and Levi, should we have tolerated our sister being treated like a prostitute?" Genesis 34:31. This event is described in detail in the Torah. It is not in the Quran. Some scholars say, this has been distorted. The sons of prophets would not commit such cruelty. Some say, perhaps revenge was justified. But Prophet Jacob was angry because of the excess. Return to Bethel, the burial of the idols. God commanded Prophet Jacob, "Get up, go to Bethel and live there. Build an altar there to God, who appeared to you when you were fleeing from Esau." Genesis 35:1. Prophet Jacob said to his family and everyone with him, "Put out the foreign gods among you. Cleanse yourselves and change your clothes. Let us go to Bethel." Genesis 35:2-3. The people gave all the idols to Prophet Jacob. Prophet Jacob buried them under an oak tree. Genesis 35:4. This is very important. Prophet Jacob did not allow idolatry. He preserved monotheism. They went to Bethel. There he built an altar and worshipped God. Rachel's death, a painful loss. As they were leaving Bethel and going to Ephrath Bethlehem, Rachel gave birth. It was a very difficult birth. The midwife said, "Do not be afraid, you will have another son." Rachel was dying. As she breathed her last, she named her son Ben-oni, son of my sorrow. But Prophet Jacob changed his name to Benjamin, son in my right hand. Rachel died. Prophet Jacob buried her on the road to Ephrath. He lost his most beloved wife. He wept profusely. He erected a stone at her grave. In the Torah, Rachel was buried on the road to Ephrath. Jacob erected a stone at her grave. This stone is known today as Rachel's tomb. Genesis 35:19-20. Now Prophet Jacob was left with two wives, Leah and concubines. But he never forgot Rachel. His father's death, the last meeting with Esau. Prophet Jacob went to Hebron to be with his father. Prophet Isaac was 180 years old. He was very old. Jacob buried him with his two sons Esau. Genesis 35:29. Again together, in peace, Prophet Jacob was now the head of the family. He was a prophet. The loss of Joseph, the greatest trial. When Prophet Joseph was 17 years old, his brothers threw him into a well. They came to Prophet Jacob and showed him Joseph's blood-stained shirt. A wild animal has torn Joseph apart. Prophet Jacob was devastated. He wept for days, months, and years. In the Quran, his eyes became white from weeping, he became blind. His heart burned with grief. Joseph 12:84. His sons said, "Father, forget Joseph. Otherwise, you will fall ill." Prophet Jacob said, "I only complain of my grief to God. I know from God things that you do not know." Joseph 12:86. That is, Joseph did not die. God inspires me. He is alive. 22 years. 22 years without Yusuf, but she never lost hope. The landing in Egypt, reunion with Joseph. Years later, there was a famine in Canaan. To his sons, "Go to Egypt and get grain." The sons went. They met with the vizier of Egypt. "O vizier," it was Joseph. But they did not recognize him. Joseph recognized them. But he did not show it. The second time, he revealed himself, I am Joseph. Is my father still alive? Genesis 45:3. The brothers were astonished. They were afraid. Joseph said, Do not be afraid. God sent me here beforehand. Go and tell my father, your son Joseph has become the vizier of Egypt, come here. They ran. They returned to Canaan. To Jacob, Joseph is still alive. He is the ruler of Egypt. Jacob could not believe it. But when he saw the chariots that Joseph had sent, he said, Enough. My son Joseph is alive. I must go and see him before I die. Genesis 45:28. In the Quran, when the messenger came and put the garment of good news on his father's face, his eyes were opened. Joseph 12:96. That is, Joseph's garment opened the eyes of Prophet Jacob. It was a miracle, he saw again, meeting in Egypt, now it's okay if I die. Prophet Jacob went to Egypt with his 12 sons, his grandsons, and a crowd of 70 people. Joseph got into the chariot and went out to meet his father. The moment they met, they embraced and cried. In the Torah, Joseph was harnessed to the chariot and went to Goshen to meet his father Israel. When he came to him, he embraced him and cried for a long time. Genesis 46:29. In the Quran, he seated his parents on the throne with respect. They all bowed before him. Prostration was normal at that time. Joseph said, Father, this is the interpretation of my previous dream. My God has fulfilled it. Joseph 12:100. Prophet Jacob said to Joseph, Now I may die. I have seen your face, you are still alive. Genesis 46:30. What great happiness! 22 years of separation. 22 years of longing. It's over, life in Egypt, the last 17 years. Prophet Jacob settled in the Goshen region of Egypt. He lived there for 17 years. Pharaoh showed him respect. For the sake of his son Joseph, in the Quran, Joseph took his parents with him and said, Enter Egypt, if God wills, in safety. Joseph 12:99. Prophet Jacob was growing old. He had reached the age of 147. One day, he called Joseph. His last will and testament, do not bury me in Egypt. Prophet Jacob said to Joseph, If you have love for me, please put your hand under my thigh, a sign of swearing an oath. Show me kindness and loyalty. Please do not bury me in Egypt. I want to lie with my ancestors. Take me out of Egypt and bury me in the graveyard of my ancestors. Genesis 47:29-30. Joseph, I will do as you say. Swear an oath. Joseph swore an oath. Then Prophet Jacob blessed his grandsons. Joseph's 2 sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, he accepted them as his own sons. He blessed them. He blessed all 12 of his sons one by one. He gave each of them instructions. A special blessing for Judah, the staff of Judah shall not be taken away from him, the king's staff shall not be taken away from his feet, until he is honored and the nations are bound to him. He shall tie his staff to the vine. Genesis 49:10. This is interpreted as a prophecy for the prophet Jesus and the prophet Muhammad. Death, he reunited with his people. Prophet Jacob said his last words to his sons, I am about to meet my people. Bury me with my ancestors in the cave in the field of Ephron the Hittite. Abraham, Sarah, Isaac, and Rebekah are buried there. I also buried Leah there, bury me there. Genesis 49:29-31. That is, to the cave of Machpelah, to Hebron. Then he put his feet on the bed and breathed his last. He was 147 years old. In the Torah, when Jacob had finished the instructions he had given to his sons, he put his feet on the bed and breathed his last and was reunited with his people. Genesis 49:33. In the Quran, when death came to Jacob, he said to his sons, "To whom will you worship after me?" They said, "To your God, the God of our fathers Abraham, Ishmael, and Isaac, the one God. We will worship the one God." Al-Baqarah 2:133. That is, Prophet Jacob emphasized monotheism even in his last breath. His sons also said, "We are believers." Funeral, return to Canaan. Joseph embraced his father's body and wept. Then he ordered the physicians, "Mummify him." He was mummified for 40 days. 70 days of mourning followed. Then he asked Pharaoh for permission. "My father made me swear an oath. He said, 'Bury me in Canaan.' I will go and bury him, and then I will return." Pharaoh said, "Go, bury your father as you swore." And a great funeral procession, Joseph, his brothers, the elders of Egypt, the soldiers, they went to Canaan. They buried him in the cave of Machpelah. In the Torah, the sons of Jacob performed their duty for their father. As their father commanded, they took him to the land of Canaan and buried him in the cave in the field of Machpelah, near Mamre. Genesis 50:12-13. Now, in Machpelah, lay Abraham, Sarah, Isaac, Rebekah, Jacob, and Leah. A family cemetery, the miracles of Prophet Jacob. There are no details in the Quran about the miracles of Prophet Jacob. But in Islamic traditions, his voice could be heard from 3 stages away. Prophet Jacob's voice was so powerful that it could be heard from very far away. 2 moving mountains, when he prayed, the mountains would shake. 3-4 lambs from 1 ewe, normally, 1 to 2 lambs are born. Prophet Jacob, with God's permission, caused 4 lambs to be born from 1 ewe. 4 turning mountainous and rocky land into soil. As a shepherd, he would make bad lands fertile. 5 The opening of his eyes. Joseph's eyes were opened with his shirt. It is mentioned in the Quran. This miracle is mentioned in the Quran. But it shows that Prophet Jacob was special in the sight of God. Comparison of the Torah, the Bible and the Quran. In the story of Prophet Jacob, the common and differing points of the 3 sources are: common points, the prophet was the son of Isaac, born as a twin. Rivalry with his brother Esau. He had 12 sons, the 12 tribes of Israel. He loved Joseph very much, cried when he lost him. His eyes became blind, then they were opened. He migrated to Egypt, reunited with Joseph. He lived for 147 years. He was buried in Hebron. Differing points, in the Torah, detailed description of deceiving his father. Escape from Esau, 20 years in Haran. Long stories of marriage with Rachel and Leah. The Dinah tragedy, Simeon Levi's revenge, wrestling with an angel, taking the name Israel. Very detailed, long narrative. In the Quran, the deception incident is not mentioned. Esau is not mentioned at all. No details of marriage. No Dinah tragedy. No wrestling with an angel. Short, concise narrative. The story of Joseph is very detailed. The phrase "we are believers," emphasis on monotheism. In the Bible, the story in the Torah is repeated. It is mentioned in the genealogy of the prophet Jesus, the Judah branch. The 12 tribes, the Israelites, are emphasized. Characteristics and nicknames of Prophet Jacob. What kind of person was Prophet Jacob according to estimates? Physical characteristics: smooth-skinned unlike Esau, medium height. He became blind in old age. Occupation: shepherd. Like his father and grandfather, character: calm, home-loving, pious. But also intelligent, strategic. Obedient to his parents. Loving his wives, loving his children. Excessively fond of Joseph. This led to problems. Nicknames: Israel, one who wrestles with God. God prevails. Ancestor of the Israelites, 12 sons, 12 tribes. Pure servant of God. In the Quran, we guided him, Isaac, and Jacob. We guided all of them. Nm 684. We revealed to Abraham, Ishmael, Isaac, Jacob, and their descendants. Nisa 4163. Messages from Prophet Jacob to our time. What do we learn from the story of Prophet Jacob? 1. Patience. He waited for Joseph for 22 years. His eyes became blind, but he did not lose hope. We too must be patient in life. 2. Trust in God. He said, I complain of my troubles to God. He turned to God, not to people. In times of trouble, we should first turn to God. 3. Justice within the family. His excessive love for Joseph made his other sons jealous. It led to problems. Parents should be fair among their children. 4. Monotheism. Even in his last breath, he said, to whom shall you worship? His sons said, to one God. Monotheism is the foundation of everything. 5. Not forgetting his ancestors, he said, bury me next to my ancestors. He did not forget his roots. We too should remember our origins, our ancestors. 6. Diligence. He worked for Laban for 14 years. He was a master shepherd. Working and not being lazy is important. 7. Praying. He prayed constantly. He pleaded with God. His prayers were answered. We should not give up on prayer either. Conclusion: the ancestor of the Israelites. Prophet Jacob is known by the name Israel. All the Israelites who came after him are descended from him. 12 tribes originated from his 12 sons. Many prophets came from these tribes: tribe of Levi, prophet Moses, prophet Aaron. Tribe of Judah, prophet David, prophet Solomon, prophet Jesus. Tribe of Joseph, prophet Joseph. All these prophets are descendants of prophet Jacob. The Torah, the Bible, the Quran. Prophet Jacob is praised in all three. Because he preserved monotheism. He remained faithful to God. He taught the same path to his 12 sons. Today, Jews, Christians, and Muslims all respect him. May God be pleased with the prophet Jacob. May his rank be high, and may his soul rest in peace. Think of that long separation, 22 years. 22 years without Joseph. His eyes went blind from crying. But he did not lose hope. He said, I know things from God. Joseph is alive. And indeed he was. Finally, they were reunited. Perhaps you also have long waits in your life. Be patient like the prophet Jacob. Trust in God. He knows best. With peace and hope, may God increase our patience and accept our prayers.